Not Yet Rain, narrated response by Jamie Bond. If you had to identify the big message of Not Yet Rain, what would it be? That there is a lack of education for family planning and prevention, along with health services for women. Women are still oppressed by not being able to have medical services needed for abortion, and also the lack of education for sexual health. What part of the film was most effective in delivering this message? What part was least effective? For me, it was effective to hear the women's stories and to have the live interviews with the medical representatives, the young ladies, the interpreter, and the researchers. I didn't find anything to not be effective in the film. What sort of emotional response did you feel towards the women in the story? Watching the story for me was sad. It was horrible to see the women have to subject themselves and their bodies to unsafe abortions. I felt bad that these women would face a rape and also the social stigma of abortion. Also, it was horrible to hear about the women who performed abortion on themselves and the methods that they used to terminate that pregnancy. Unsafe abortion is linked to many other issues of women's rights and health. What are some of the issues you thought the film raised? The film raises the issue of lack of education for women, lack of resources for women and for medical needs. A lot of these women lived in rural areas and they didn't have access to medical care. The film referenced that it's a basic right, human right, for education as well as health services. Did any part of the story confuse you or feeling like the story was incomplete? Nothing that was covered in the film confused me. There was lots of opinions, as well as researchers who explained many statistics regarding unsafe abortion and about women's health. Does this film make you want to take action? The film does make me want to take action and to help advocate for women's rights, access to education, as well as health services. Is this a film you would like to share with others? Why or why not? I think this was an excellent film that tells the story of abortions for women who lack both education and resources. But the film was also difficult for me to watch when they were referencing the man-made tools used for the procedure. It was hard to see these young women and the situations that they were in as well. Do you think people who aren't pro-choice might be open to the message in this film? Why or why not? I don't think people who aren't pro-choice will be open to the film. I think they believe the life of the fetus is just as important as the woman's life, and therefore they would not be open to any type of change in that thought.